Hey, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you how to replace the auxiliary battery on a 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. It's not my car, it's my wife's car, but her battery died this morning. We think the auxiliary battery is the culprit because the auto start stop feature hasn't been working for quite some time, and we just sort of left it alone because we hate that feature. But I believe that battery was drawing some power off the main battery and caused it to run low. So we're going to replace that today. So stick around if you want to see how to do that. Thanks. So if you have a Chrysler vehicle with an auxiliary battery, and if you have the auto start stop feature and you've been noticing a light on the dash that says that indicates the start stop feature isn't working, or if you actually have a message in your little message center in the center of the console there that says auto start stop not functioning and something about contacting your dealership or whatever, then you might have a problem with your auxiliary battery. I've seen some other stuff on the internet about someone doing actual testing on that and finding out the auxiliary battery was the cause of the auto start stop feature not working, or that the auxiliary battery was actually draining the main battery and causing a no start on the vehicle. So I've determined that's probably what the cause is here. So I'm going to replace it. And that's what I'm going to do today. So let's get started. Hey, if you find this video to be helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. And if you like seeing videos like this where you can do pretty simple car repairs, if you want to keep up with some of my other projects, I have some cool stuff. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and then click the bell to get some notifications as well. Thanks a lot. So there's really just two tools you're going to need to do this job, and really any novice can do this. If you have a little bit of experience working on cars, if you've ever changed your own oil, this is something you can handle. All right. So you need a 10mm socket and either a ratchet or an impact driver, something like that. I used a small impact driver, a Porter cable 3/8 drive. And it seemed to work pretty well. You might need an extension, and then you're also going to need it's like a reverse Torx bit, which is called an E6. That's what I used to get the post out of the old battery to transfer them to the new battery. So with that said, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative battery cable on the main battery, just for fun. That will actually reset our our computer and everything, so that we can make sure that we get the start-stop feature working again when we're done. And I considered not doing this because we really enjoy not having to push the little button on the dash to turn the start-stop feature off when we drive the van. Now, right after you disconnect the negative battery cable, the first thing you need to do to get access to the auxiliary battery is disconnect some ductwork for the air intake system. So all you're going to do for that is on the left side of it, you can get your fingers underneath it, and you just give it a good pull it up, and then tilt the whole thing up and pull back towards you, and you should be able to wiggle that out of the air box, and just set that to the side and have it somewhere handy so you can replace it later. And then our next step is going to be disconnecting the negative and then the positive terminal on the auxiliary battery. And the auxiliary battery rests just to the left of the main battery if you're standing facing the engine compartment. And what you'll need is just the 10mm socket to take the nut off the post. It comes right off on the negative, and then the positive you're going to have to lift a rubber cap off of it, and then you can get to the nut to take it off the post. Those come off relatively easily, and once you get those off, there is a strap holding the battery down. That strap is held in place with a 10mm bolt as well, and here's where you're really going to need the extension. because it's pretty far down. So if you get your extension, get your 10mm socket on that bolt. It's pretty long, so this is why I used the impact. I could just zip that right out of there. But if you're using a ratchet, it might take a few minutes to get it all the way out. Once you get that strap out, you can pull it off the battery and then move it out of the way. I just pushed it back towards the passenger compartment of the car. And then it's a little tricky to get this battery out. You can see I'm struggling here a little bit to pull it out. I tried a couple different ways. The best way that I found to remove it was to tilt it back away from you slightly and then pull it up and then pull it out. You may have to wiggle it around a little bit and find the best way to get it out. There's really not a lot of room down there. Then once you get the battery out, the new battery usually won't come with the posts that connect to the terminals. So this is where your E6 bit comes in. If you have a small socket, you might be able to get it with just like a 6 or a 12-point socket as well. But the E6 is what I used, and I just got it on the top there and turned it out on each one, and I put them in a safe place for when I come back with the new battery. Then once you get the new battery, it's just reverse of everything you just did. You're going to put the posts in the new battery, wiggle that new battery into place, and then before you put the strap back on, you're going to want to connect the terminals, because the rubber cover for the positive terminal actually goes under the strap. So you want to get the terminals all reconnected. Then you can put the strap back in place, fasten it down with a 10mm bolt, reconnect the negative cable on the main battery. After you get all the connections tightened on the new auxiliary battery and get the strap tightened back down, you can put the ductwork for the air intake back in place. It just slides into the air box, and then give it a good tap with your hand, or the palm of your hand, and fasten it back into place on the radiator support. Now, since I lost power on this battery, since my wife said it wouldn't start this morning, I do have a little battery tender on here, just giving it a little bit of charge on the main battery. I don't know if that's necessary. I did try to start it, and it started just fine. So I probably won't leave that on there much longer. It does say that according to the indicator light on the charger, it is charging the battery. The battery is not fully charged, so I'm going to leave it on there for just a little while. Okay, let's see if this guy works. All right. Before, there was a light on the dash for the auto start stop system. That is not on anymore. Let's see if the auto start stop function works now. I hope not, but whatever. So if I put it in drive, sit here long enough, it will probably no auto start stop. I'll have to try it again later. It usually doesn't work until the car's warmed up. This thing hasn't been started for a day. Okay, we'll try again later. Well, as you can see behind me, my wife's van is gone. She took the Pacifica to work today. So everything's fixed. The auxiliary battery is back in. I will say the start-stop feature does work sporadically now. It's winter, so I think the climate control system tends to keep the engine running so we can keep the car warm. So it is working again, replacing the auxiliary battery and then also leaving the negative cable off of the primary battery for an extended amount of time seems to fix all the error codes that come from the start-stop system. So thanks for sticking around and watching. If you're still here, be sure to click the like button. And if you like videos like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications too. Thanks for watching and hope to see you again soon.